All right, my green beans are in here. I got a lot more green beans, but these I'm going to start with. I'm going to wash them real good. These came out of my garden. And bless my neighbor's heart, she helped me pick all these beans, and we probably picked a good 2 bushel of them. She helped me snip every one of them. And so I'm going to share my beans with her. I'm going to do a bunch of canning, and I'm going to can hers in pints. I'm going to can mine in quarts, as I always do. And I'm going to show you how I do this. And I think she's going to be happy. I'm just so grateful for her help. So, it'll help stock her pantry too for the winter. So look at those. Those are beautiful. And I even know mine aren't certified organic, but I don't spray, I don't spray anything on my garden, any poison or anything like that, unless it is organic. So, but I still wash them real good because you can get bugs and, schmutz in there, dirt. And I just don't want none of that on there. So, got to get it cleaned off. And just wash them around in here and move them around, spin them around so that they all get nice and clean. And this way I can look for any that might be bigger that might need to be snipped one more time. And I like mine, people are all different. Some people like theirs big chunks. I like mine small, and I mean very small. So, but there's some in here that are a little bigger than what I like, but that's all right. Anyway, so I'm going to get these washed, as you can see, and then I'll show you how I got everything set up, and we'll get to canning these. And it's perfect time because harvest is coming in, and a lot of you are ready to can beans, and maybe it's your first time canning. So stick with me. I'll show you the easiest and the best way to can these. Okay, friends, I've got my setup. You see back here, I got my beans. They are washed. They're in a colander. And I also got a little pie dish under there to catch any water so my counter don't get a mess. I've got the lids and the rings over here. You don't have to boil them anymore at all. So I don't even put them in warm water. I just use them right out of the package. I've got my funnel for my jars, for filling my jars. I've got 7 jars here, and that is 1 canner load for me, most canners. So I'm going to put together 7 of them for you. And I've got my little gizmo that I use it's my magnet for picking up your lids out of your boiling water, but I use it for my debubbler. Very important to debubble your stuff. And then I've got my little piece of paper towel to wipe the rims. Over here, I have got my broth. Now you can your green beans in water, and you can add a little salt to them. That's optional as well. Or you can give them a little twist and do like I do. I put them in, or I put broth in my jars because it just makes them taste so much better. It gives them just a little more boost of flavor. Okay, I've also got my canner over here. It's got 3 inches of water in it, and it's heating up so that everything's going to go together quite well. Best thing to do, friends, is to get all your stuff put together before you start. Okay? And double check. Make sure you got everything. Alright, so easy. I do not add any salt to mine, so I don't have to worry about that step. If you want salt and you're canning these with water, it's probably best to put a ½ teaspoon, or according to your taste, basically, because it isn't required to preserve the food. It's only there for flavor. So they say about a ½ teaspoon per pint or a teaspoon per quart. So if you want to do the salt, you might want to put that in before you add anything to it. But, all right, we're going to start right here at this one, and we're just going to start filling it with beans. And you don't want them too full, and you don't want them packed too tightly. In fact, that's good for me right there. And you don't want them all over your counter either. Put them in there. I can put a few more in there. Okay. Looks good. Actually, a couple more, I guess, in there. There we go. Okay, I just go through and I fill all of my jars with beans first. I do it in steps. Some people do one jar at a time. However, whatever is easiest for you and whatever you're most comfortable with. But I just do, you know, a canner full or a canner run at a time. And that's seven jars. Unless you've got, you know, the double stacker. Then you can do 18. I think with the pints, though, I might be able to get 9 in there. I haven't done pints in so long that I sometimes forget. I'm so used to 7. 7 quarts. I usually can everything in quarts. You don't want nothing sticking above your ring. So you want them down. You want a good, I always give them a good 1/2 inch of head space. That's what I'm comfortable with. That way by the time I get all my broth and everything in there, it's going to be right up to the head space that it requires. Well, for heaven's sakes, how do you like that? A few in there. I probably didn't really need my funnel, but I like to put a big handful in each time, so there we go. My water is boiling in my canner. And that's okay. That's what you want. Okay, so we got those together. You know what? This one needs just a little more. And maybe this one too. This one has too much. Okay, so after you're done adjusting them and getting comfortable with them, now we're going to take our broth and we're going to just fill these jars. Actually, yes, I want this on there. Even though it's a wide mouth, I want that on there to prevent any splashing. So you're just going to fill those jars up. And I give it about a 1/2 inch head space, so I try to cover my beans. There we go. That's about a 1/2 inch of head space. They do have a little little tool that does the measuring for you, for those of you who are maybe new to canning and not sure. You know, after 36 years of canning, I can, you know, pretty much guesstimate where that 1/2 inch of head space is. So they do have one that'll measure for you, and you just use it on the side of your jar. So, and they sell it. It comes in with the kit with the funnel and the tongs for removing your jars and everything. So it comes in a canning kit. Then you get, I don't know what all you get in there, but it's good for starters. Just fill them up. Be careful not to splash it on you because it is screaming hot. There we go. Okay, we got all 6 of those, or 7 of those filled. Okay, now we're going to go through and we're going to debubble them. I just get that right down in there. Because you know, after you get them debubbled, the air comes out. There might be a little more room. You might have to top off the head, you know, top them off a little bit. These look pretty good. Just get down in there and get all the air bubbles out of there. You don't want air bubbles in your food. Air bubbles will give you problems. First off, the biggest and the most important is air bubbles in your jars can harbor bacteria, which will spoil your food, and you know, you don't want that. You put all this hard work into it, so don't forget to debubble them. It will also, you know, those air bubbles will get trapped in your food, and it can create a false seal. So, which again, in turn, will create spoilage. So, you don't want all your hard work going to waste. Okay, we got those all debubbled. Now we're going to go through and we're just going to wipe the tops. And I'm just using a paper towel with a little bit of water, just to wipe any debris off the rims. You don't want anything on there. And always, always wipe these rims. You get something that's stuck on that rim, and it can, you know, stop your jar from sealing, and then you got a mess. You got to reprocess, and you got even more work. So there we go. It's looking good. Alright, so all I do is I put this ring, and you try not to touch the orange sealant on that lid. I just put it on there, finger tight. Okay? Just finger tight. Alrighty. It is so nice when you can grow your own food. You know, even if you can't grow your food, head to the farmer's market, can your food. If you have the knowledge and the ability, or even the ability to learn how to can your food or preserve your own food, it's fantastic. Those look beautiful. Alright, now that they are ready for the canner is screaming hot. We're going to put these in here. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on that. Let's see, this has got to go this way. Okay. I always fight with this crazy thing. There we go. I got the lid on that. Put that back on the burner. Turn it on high. And that is going to, once, this has to vent. So, see this little vent right here? You leave this on high, and when that starts spewing a steady stream of steam, very important, friends, you need to let that spew that steam for 10 minutes. That is what expels all the air out of your canner to assure that it will reach the, you know, the required temperature to process your food. So do not, for any reason, skip that part. Okay, now when that, after the 10 minutes that has spewed, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put my weighted jiggler on there. This obviously is not a dial gauge. And once it starts to jiggle, that's when I will time this for 25 minutes. And when it is done, friends, I'm not just going to rip that jiggler off. I'm going to leave it on there. Please leave it on there. And just let this come down to, let it release the pressure naturally. So once it's cool and you can literally lay your hands on it like this, you know you can safely take that jiggler off and remove the lid and take out your jars. So when this is all done, I will bring you back and I'll show you how perfect these turn out. Okay, friends, take a look at all those beans. Now, I got, oh my gosh, I got 14 quarts, and I had 12 pints, but 2 of my jars broke. And that just really bothers me because I haven't had jars break in a long time. So I'm thinking they must have been old jars because I do have a lot of them. Anyway, I got a lot of beans. That's one picking. That was the first picking of my beans, and I still have a row and a half in my garden that needs to be picked. So look at those. They turn out beautiful. Every one of them sealed, and they're all set to go. They're just cooling over there. The ones that are in the box, those are going to my neighbors, and she's like, I'll take them home and wash them. Don't worry. So we split those evenly, except I don't want none of the pints, so I did mine in quarts. And it worked out beautiful. That's how easy it is to can. You're going to love it. So I hope you give it a try. And if, friends, you like my channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe for me. Thank you for all your support, and thanks for watching.